Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and patch 905 has been a pretty decent patch. A 0.5 patch for World of Warcraft is never a major patch, rather small adjustments for the current meta, couple updates for quality of life, and maybe even certain must-have class changes. And 905 brought us quite a lot of changes for us to enjoy, but a lot of us are expecting and waiting and anticipating patch 9.1, a major content patch for World of Warcraft. And a lot of us are looking forward to what Blizzard has to offer for us in the future. I talked about many of those updates happening in 9.1, though not all of them in great detail during BlizzCon. And in this video, I wanted to go over 5 of the most anticipated updates that a lot of players are looking forward to in the future patch of World of Warcraft Chains of Dominations. First of all, let's talk about potential class changes. This patch is definitely going to have some class adjustments. 0.5 patch did a couple things in order to bring up certain specs and playstyles to make him a little bit stronger, but not really shifting the meta. In patch 9.1, there's going to be a lot of changes, from the way that we will play the Mythic Plus dungeons with the seasonal affix, as well as the way that the raids are going to be designed with the new raid available in patch 9.1. The way we'll be interacting with content will have huge ramifications. And that'll be a perfect opportunity for Blizzard to shore up some of the weaknesses certain playstyles may have. Some classes or even specs, I feel like definitely need an update. And one of the best updates that Blizzard did in Shadowlands during the alpha and the beta was the way that they changed the Shadow Priest. And I think if they were to adjust certain playstyles that have been feeling lacking, or maybe not as modern for World of Warcraft, maybe something new and unique being added to the game, the Shadow Priest should definitely be an example for many in terms of where the spec was when it comes to Battle for Azeroth and how greatly it changed, mostly for the better, when it comes to Shadowlands. Taking a lot of the community feedback on the way that the spec should play, like make it void form a cooldown finally, and bringing back DP as a main way to maintain your dots. Then also changing the masteries is actually useful, and I feel like there's a lot of specs out there that could get that kind of treatment as well. And the way that they weave dots and the playstyles, it's been great. So hopefully we'll see more good class changes going forward in patch 9.1. It'd be a perfect opportunity, and if Blizzard takes their time with this patch, we are hoping that they will have some great advancements in the way that we'll play our characters. Number 2 on this list is going to be a ton of mount updates. We are going to be getting a lot of mounts to ride around in the next patch. From the new zone of Korthia, which will be an attachment of the Maw, which will bring a variety of different rares and treasures for us to find, as well as a lot of the mounts to earn, to the Covenant mounts, which all have a unique look. I am a huge fan of the Venthyr mount, by the way. The Gargant looks absolutely fantastic, but I really do like the thematic things they went for when it comes to every other Covenant, as well as probably the biggest updates the mount could receive in 9.1. Not specific mounts in terms of the looks, but rather the fact that all mounts will finally be able to be rideable in the Maw. Quite a lot of us have worked really hard in order to make sure we get our Corridor Creeper from Tourgas, or gotten lucky with one of the hunts to unlock one of the rideable Maw mounts. And even though Blizzard added a third way for you to earn a mount that's rideable in the Maw through a questline with a bit of secrets, which has plenty of guides to it by now, there's still quite a lot of people that don't have a rideable Maw mount. And traversing the Maw, especially with all the new stuff that Korthia is going to offer, is going to be overall a pretty big and a welcome game changer for the future patch of 9.1. Then we have some Covenant updates. There's a lot of things that are planned by Blizzard, but nothing that's been set in stone. One of the things we'll definitely be getting is more renown rewards and a lot more cosmetics. I would totally be okay with having renown rewards increase, so I can grind out for maybe even more different back pieces of the Venthyr Covenant. Right now for Venthyr we have the Tombstone, we have the Lantern, we have the Blades, but what if every Covenant got even more interesting back pieces and maybe even more mounts to grind towards? Maybe even more weapon enchants, who knows? I'm never against getting more cosmetics, because I feel like the renown system works out pretty well for it. But also with the Covenants, we are rumored to get even more updates towards the soulbind system. Compared to Battle for Azeroth, we have a system in Shadowlands that actually works, and it works pretty well independently of other systems. So it's not like BFA where they have to redo the system every single time with every single major patch. Knowing that Blizzard wants to build upon the current soul bind system, expanding those soul binds to give players more choices in terms of how to play their characters, maybe even providing different types of conduits more than just potency, endurance, and finesse, does definitely get me intrigued in terms of what Covenant changes are we going to be getting. From Covenant abilities to the soul binds themselves to how they interact with classes, there's definitely going to be a lot of combinations and hopefully more opportunities to re-roll Covenants in the next patch. A lot of players enjoy a variety of endgame content in World of Warcraft. Some most like to PvP, and some most like to do dungeons as well as raids. And the patch 9.1 is going to have everything but definitely new dungeon and a brand new raid. First of all, a mega dungeon is going to be added. We've talked about it before on the channel, but it's going to be a broker themed mega dungeon. So it's going to have a lot of bosses, and supposedly it's going to have a lot of new mechanics and interesting concepts behind it. So I'm definitely excited to see what that's going to look like, and definitely going to be interested to see whenever those dungeons end up being added into the Mythic Plus rotation, with especially how the affixes are going to work. I feel like Blizzard has done a really good job with the mega dungeons. Karazhan was a massive success, Mechagon was super enjoyable, and I'm hoping the mega dungeon of Shadowlands will be quite good as well. And of course we have a brand new raid with Sylvanas as the final boss. The Tara grew as one of those bosses, as well as a Kel'Thuzad. So there's a lot of lore things that are going to be happening with that dungeon for sure, but it's also going to be a dungeon full of new mechanics, as well as sweet raid gear. The legendary gear you currently wear in your character, apparently there's going to be available gear for the Maw raid. So it's going to be quite exciting to collect the full set, as well as see what the final boss and the mechanics have in store for us. Finally, we have Tourgas, and I'm a huge fan of this kind of content that was added in Shadowlands. I feel like this is better than what BFA had with Islands, for example. I kind of enjoy the ability to create a variety of different wacky and interesting builds every single time I do Tourgas. And some of the hopes that I have for Tourgas is a lot more events, a lot more enemies, and a lot more possibilities for builds. I think Blizzard should take what they have with Tourgas right now and just keep building upon it with even more powers. Add hundreds of different powers into Tourgas so that every single run that you have is going to be different. It's a new way to play World of Warcraft, with ways to make your character super overpowered, or even give you playstyles that you normally wouldn't be able to experience. So I'm a huge fan of this content, and many of you guys are as well. And I'm very much excited where they will take Tourgas experience in 9.1 in the future. But that's going to be everything we have to talk about in this video for now. We're still waiting for patch 9.1 to make its way over to PTR. And once we have some news about 9.1 making its way into PTR, then it'll be a lot easier to start covering some of the stuff. From class updates, to some of the different content, to the different zones and the mounts and other collectibles, as well as more. And I cannot wait to show you guys as much of patch 9.1 as soon as it makes its landfall on the PTR servers. But until then, that's all we have for now. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about patch 9.1? Are you excited for patch 9.1? Let me know all your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.